in the show. Boom, baby, boom. Rise and shine. It's your morning motivation time. I'm your host with the most is Mark Saint, and this is a random stranger walking past me as soon as I start my show. This is how it goes. Your boys be shining. Got my shirt on, got my life on, got my mind on, and this morning we're gonna get our work on. Let's get into it, shall we? Thank you for letting me sleep. I'm at homie's house. Everything looks cool. And here's the car. Let's get into it, shall we? I was trying to show off the print an hour because that's what we're going to. We're going to make stickers in an hour right now. I've got some Fuku Burger stickers that I'm trying to earn their business. I got to get a quote out and get the day started. So we're going to get into and talk about Cardinal Desires. And isn't that funny that they use the word cardinal as if it's a Catholic priest? Clock yourself in the head, get in the show, get the hair right, don't be fucking up the drill. Now let's do it, shall we? All right. Good morning, blessings. Good morning, blessings. Everybody, get in the game. Good morning, blessings. And have to get our asses in gear and start talking about our fears and our true desires. And this morning, after the sex party, man, I really peeled back some of the things. Hold on. That I seen that really show me who I was. You know, when you push it to the limit, push it to the limit. Limit. Give it. I don't want to waste people's time on this. These goddamn gadgets already steal everybody's time. If it wasn't for my commitment to shine every morning and try to reach people about their mental health, I'd stay off this phone. It's tough out here for a pimp and trying to make the money for the rent and the Cadillac girls being spent. I got a whole lot of bitches talking shit. Talking shit. That's not what this show's about. This show's about self-control and impulse control and getting what you really, really, really want. Turns out some people really, really want quick fixes. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, I was posting about how us hugging and touching reinforces a lot of calm behavior. You know, for nothing, you know, calm CBD is trying to keep calm, not freak out. But it also meant most people were keeping numb. So therefore, they don't ever get into the full game of their lives of what they get excited about, right? There's just no passion. It ends up becoming pleasure. And a life full of pleasure seems like, oh yeah, that's all I ever wanted. Well, that's not exactly what is true. You know, I know, like you know, that most people have demons that they're fighting every day. And part of us to get rid of those kind of demons was to party it away, you know, fuck it out of myself, lift it out of myself, you know, I'm hitting the weights, or smoke it away if I'm smoking my weed or cigarettes, you know. Anything but be my true authentic self, right? My brain will fire like, yo, here's your desire. And it'll start whispering at me. And then I finally see this thing sticking on my car. It did. I think it's still on my car. Damn it. Let's see if it's on my car. I'm going to get out and check something real quick. I don't want this plastic thing on my car. Well, anyway, I'm recording a show. But the point is that desire is a motherfucker, bro. Like, we're usually chasing something, and it's so apparent to me now because I watched everybody at a sex party do all the things that they really want to do while their facade of the outside world is lying to you. So it's really interesting when we watch, you know, people put on airs, you know, put on oh, my life's so great, let me show you my fabulous life. I'm never bored, I'm never lonely, I never have issues. Not me, not I, said the fly. And then all of a sudden, you know, when the truth becomes a lie, or we stop living the lie, then we start living in our truth and what I really, really want, the cardinal desires of things. And we always are gonna seek things. Us humans are very creative at finding it. Shit, I'm looking at a dude right now on a lowrider bike, picking up his stuff from the convenience store. It's 100 degrees out here already. 97, it says on the clock, and he's already getting what he wants in the morning, whether it's by bike. Like my dad would say, if it's a hot girl across town, you'd find a way. And when it comes to desire, holy fuck, God forbid you get in the way of somebody's sex or their alcohol or their cocaine or whatever rings their bell. Have you ever tried taking someone's food away? Good Lord, dude, we are back to primates. And I call it grr because it's the stuff that riles us up. But man, in a full primate mode, you would be slapping cookies out of people's mouths. Oh, Tyrone, you stop smoking cigarettes. People start fighting back. And that's what we do. We fight back if we don't get what we want. Very interesting, but it's what's happening. If we don't get what we want, we feel slighted, and not that the thing that we wanted was the thing that's going to be good for us necessarily, right? We do call it Saints Addiction for a reason. The hat's here, I'm trying to be on the ground, but it's weird that we do things to hurt ourselves, only do things to entertain ourselves. And that kind of attitude or mood or whatever that is, that transformation in our brain is something I've been examining since the sex party. I was just like, whoa, I could be just talking to a chick, she's acting all normal, but her brain's on the dick or inside of her, being on a whole nother world, getting fucked and sucked, and then acting like it was a normal day at the table. You guys want snacks? And it was like, wait, what? The dichotomy was so fast for me to see, and I was just so, holy fuck, we show up in our lives and we are pretending to be put together, right? We're pretending that, because we took a shower, because we're sophisticated, because we showed up to work, that we still don't have desire, addiction, straight fucking what's the word I'm looking at? Stimulus. And it works on all of us. Whether we know it or not, by the time we're looking at a product, it's moving us emotionally. We might think we're being gods by just swiping left or not liking it. But then it's something that we want, like a product, and then all of a sudden we can't follow it enough or like the page enough or send enough hearts. It's so real. And it's a trip. Oh, check out these kids fucking yes, play. Everybody must play. It's 100 degrees outside. Y'all get inside. And that's the world that we live in, We live in the world where these kids, they're just getting life, right? They're just enjoying life, staying away from drama, being alive, being a kid. And when we become an adult, all of a sudden we have subversive shit. We have some, let me stack some chips so I can get a car so then I can really get some pussy. That desire behind the desire is really what I'm talking about. That chase, the thing that we're all chasing. If you're feeling lonely, you're gonna break out extra posts. I'm just saying this so people can kind of catch themselves a little bit. I see a lot of egoism, right? There's just a lot of just me selfies. And girls, if you are all selfies, you might be pretty and you're getting your validation on and you're seeking attention. That's exactly what you're showing, your exposure. But behind that lens, behind those photos, there's a lot of lonely. There's a lot of girls just taking their own photos, doing their own dances by themselves just to feel cute, just to get a bunch of strangers to say what's up. And it doesn't matter if it's 6,000 to 16,000 likes. It'll never be enough. When we look for subversive things, I'm looking at McDonald's, I'm looking at 7-Eleven on the corner. When we look for external things to be our guide, it doesn't surprise me that they step aside. They get to the other door and they're like, I'm out. So as soon as we sought that attention, right? Like I got my Birkin bag, it gets only the flies that are addicted to it, right? Like only jealous flies come around that. It's not like they're celebratory flies. These are people that see the lies and they bite into it. There's people that will eat a lie. They'd much rather have a stranger's dick in them than to have real affection. And then you get what you really, really want, and then the person just walks away, and then there goes the thing that you thought that you wanted, but you can't marry. There's no consistency to it. You can't put a ring on cocaine. She just keeps disappearing. And it seemed like Lady Luck. Her job's not to really stick around. Her job's to fucking turn around and eventually take the money out of your pocket. We don't see these things. We can only see what we want right in front of us. And a lot like Pavlov's dogs, and a lot of our conditioning is based on what works for our brain. If you don't know, take a look at your family. Take a look at anybody that's raised you and see what makes their brains work. See what's firing for them. What do they desire? Some people will be like, oh man, I want to get them a 12-pack of Stellas. That's what they desire. Their dad probably drank, and therefore they're drinking, and that's what works for their brain, right? Like, friends where it's like you can just buy them a drink and that's their birthday present. And there's other people where it's like that's nowhere near what they want. They want a sex doll or a dildo. And I'm having to say more sexual things. I don't get to be that sexual on the show, but it's true. There are people that are out there that this is what they do. It's the only thing that's going to work for them in their brain, and they get stuck in a world where now you're chasing a bag, a Birkin bag, or how my friends say it. She said they were like, get whatever you want, kind of thing. Pick anything, and she picked a purse. Purses ain't holding us down, cars aren't holding us down, drugs aren't holding us down, but we keep going back to them, hoping that it hits the same, that it gives us the same validation, that it gives us the same desires, that it gives us that feeling, right? Especially if we're up in our emotions and we're just addicted to feelings. Now we're going to chase it like a dog, like, please pet me, please love me, please make me unlonely. But that's like praying to a golden cow. It ain't gonna work. Your bag's not gonna rub you on your back the way you like to be rubbed. Certain people don't even like to be touched. I'm kind of certain people. Unless I like you and I feel a certain type of way, my affection level goes all the way down. And then I lose my empathy and connection. It feels like a far mountain to climb. It's so far away, it's on the other side of the valley. The affection and the connection are now even further away, because now I interrupted the pattern, right? I put an alcohol or a bag or a purse to keep me from the thing that I want. Now, instead, the guy that bought it was, baby, I love you. It's just his way of showing love. He had to purchase something to show love, and she's in love because he purchased something. Now, I'm not sure how that works for other people or whatever. I don't know. Some people's love language is gifting. Some people's love language is touching. There's like 5 love languages. My ex, she wanted all 5, but couldn't give all 5. It's one of those things that words of appreciation, that's what really works on me. Let me know that you're still in the game mentally. But for all of us, we all have a way that we want to be reached. We all have a way that we want to be touched. We all have a way that we want to feel. And we figure out a way, no matter what the day or money in our account, to find it. We're inside of ourselves, and we want to find a desire, right? A desire to make something my own reality. And that's something that I've been living in my own head for a hot minute. It's like, okay, Mark, are you chasing cardinal desires? Are you chasing productivity? Are you chasing purpose? Are you chasing your passion? And that's a lot of blurry lines, because passion sounds like me making out with a hot bitch anyway. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm all up in it. All up in it till the next guy wants to win it. Or all up in it till she finds another Birkin bag. Or all up in it till she quits. And I'm like, for a person that's a lot of energy, I've always been high energy. Shit, I've been doing this show for a hot minute. And of course, my narcissism, wanting to get some kind of attention, some kind of recognition, some kind of dent into the world that I am special and I did something with my life and I didn't waste it. We're all underneath that sauce. Everybody's desperately trying to get, points off and say, hey, I'm alive, I'm real. This, this didn't just happen to me. How am I going to get to work today? I guess I'll just keep going. going straight. I figured out. Oh, it's East St. Louis. Okay. It's my old stomping grounds to get up to Eastern and do the damn thing. But anyway, my point is that, you know, uh, every time I look around, I have to look deeper inside myself and say, okay, self, what do you really, really, really want? And, you know, when in Gomorrah or in hedonism or in, you know, what did they used to call it? King David's? I don't think it was that one. It was, I don't know, one of these Pompeii, Mount Vesuvius, where we all get what we want, you know, or that kind of hedonist pleasure. It only lasts so long. I mean, you got all the way Monday through Friday to work. Maybe the sex parties going on maybe once every month. And it's like, how do you hold on for so long to just get this one little bit of satisfaction? Why do we do that to ourselves where there's so much restriction, the binge and the purge? Like my buddy was saying, I'll go 2 weeks without eating and then I just fucking purge. Or I won't eat all day and then I attack the fridge at night. She's like, I can see what he's eating because I can follow the crumb trails, you know? We are so habitual, dude. And we are so addicted. It's not even funny. There's a lot to say about humans and desires. I mean, to the end, you probably push rent to the end, and to taxes to the end, and fiscal responsibility, you know, to the front. It's what I want right now, up my nose, through my veins, but nothing to gain besides killing your brain. And that's us. We were like, yo, I'm so bored. I'm so alone. Let me pray to this phone. I got an image that's like we're praying to this phone and hoping it's God and it's going to come save us. You know, sure, it bails you out when you need to check your bank balance, but when you're checking your heart balance, there's nothing there. And that's so weird to me, where, I mean, I'm not judging, you know, because, I mean, you can get your rocks off and your knocks off, but then it's so fleeting. Like I said, then it's not Monday through Friday. Now what you gonna do? You know, what you gonna do, shorty? What you gonna do? And that's us, you know. We got to figure out a thing to do that works for us in replacement of these other things. And that's the whole thing I've been trying to get with people and talk about, was just like, these things are all of us. There's not just one of us. It's like, oh, I'm the only one that's addicted to TV. There are a million people addicted to TV. I'm the only one that's addicted to sex. There's a bunch of motherfuckers addicted to sex. Or I'm the only one that wants to smoke cigarettes. There's a bunch of motherfuckers on that case. So, you know, when we're looking at humans, you know, us humans, people, right? When we're being people and trying to be better. I need McLeod. Let me switch this up. I'm gonna get in this. When we're being better people and learning ourselves a little bit better, we can see the things that last longer. You know what I mean? We can literally get inside of ourselves and go, okay, this works for me or this doesn't work for me. And this is military. Check these out. I saw these coming out the other day. What you gonna do, shawty? What you gonna do? Humvees on these knees, getting them. This is another depot of some sort. Interesting. But sorry, still human. That's it. It's just how real, how human am I being to myself? You know, am I living a life where I'm the rat that keeps chasing the things that they put inside the little water bout, and I'm addicted to it? Or I'm the type of human that I grow beyond those simple things, where it's like, okay, that doesn't fulfill me. I know that it's going to give me a certain feeling, you know, like it you know, scratches on my back when it itches, you know, but it's the other side too, where it's like, okay, if it's not working this way, right, what does work for me? You know, and what lasts longer, so I don't have to keep coming back to these short versions of how. My friend, she was like, yeah, gambling's another one. I'm like, that's an expensive one. Not only is it a lonely sport to gamble, it's very lonely. You're only sitting there, you become isolated. Now no one's really touching you. You know, your dopamines are coming from a machine, similar to like we're getting from our phones, and now you can't leave it alone. Now you're stuck for the next 3 hours, finger flicking your way through life, watching other people live, and not figuring out your own life. And that's what it does right now. Even as I'm doing it to you, they take somebody's beard all up in your face, or some other girl, I saw it, she was like, oh my god, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in a simulation, dude. I'm in a simulation where all these characters, you know, pop in up in your face and become clickbait, you know, where they're using me and eventually advertising to get to you so that they can keep you on the phone. And odds are that if you got something out of this message, that you'll stay on your phone instead of finding it within yourself. That's why I'm always preaching to get the fuck off the phone. It sucks that I have to go through a video to get it, but luckily that they can record it and you can come watch it whenever you need it. I'm hoping that people don't do that kind of thing. I'm hoping that maybe they just put the phone down, don't even look at me, and just hear the words, staying in a seated position, quiet enough to let their mind work for them. And if it's not going to work for you, then it's definitely going to work against you. It's definitely going to find a way to fucking get the hits, man. And our brains are a lot like that. Whether it's a bump or a hit or a smoke or a toke or whatever the fuck you want to call it, our brains are on it. And it's scary how fucking addictive we can become, and how compulsory we become, and how repetitive we become. And you're just like, man, we like to think that we're all original and super special and all these other things. It's just, we're very similar. We're all trying to chase our enjoyment. And so, like, I'd love to say that, oh, you're going to work this morning early in the morning because you love your children. No, it's probably because you fear losing the house that your children are living in. And by the time you're done with the work, you're so exhausted that you don't even treat your children right. And this is the thing that ends up happening to all of us in our lives. It's like, well, yeah, this are the things I care about. When the chick said the top three and chase them with an efficiency, we'll say, what do you want? And at the time you're like, well, I love my children and I love my life and I want to have a safe home for them and I want to have a bright future and abundance. And then the second thing we do is we spend all of our savings, especially on a nut, like something like a trip or a party or a purchase, and then the convincing, the marketing gets us on their level, where they're like, yeah, you needed Balenciaga, and you're like, man, you can't even spell Balenciaga, but right now everybody's got it in their names and in their frames and in their minds, and it's like, this is the thing that they sell us on. They're not even keeping the stuff that they're wearing. You know what I mean? It's so weird. I thought, they're showing the imagery of like, I have this abundance. You don't even live in the rappers don't even live in the mansions that they're filming in. And they don't even own the cars that they're in. And the women aren't even theirs. But for 30 seconds or 3 minutes, 30 seconds, I don't know how much the average music video is. That's what's portrayed. It's like, dude, you got 50 hoes and a helicopter? Oh my God, you must have it all together. And none of that stuff is their own. But we'll bite into the imagery. We'll bite into the quick fix. You're like, oh, you're going to make me unfat because of this one pill? Man, I'm in. And you're like, what about any kind of health side effects? I don't care. I want what I want right now. And that's us, dude. Impulse control. Just like, lie to me. I don't care. I don't want you to really love me. I just want you to dig me down. I got my pleasure on, but I don't have it later. Now I got my rocks up, but I got the rocks coming down. And that's what I talk about openly and honestly. Gotta talk about the ups and the downs, man. I mean, I'd love to sit here and go, yeah, rainbows and butterflies flying out of my ass. And it was like, no, man. I distinctly remember being over here listening to my spiritual mentor about 10, 15 years ago, talk about be, do, have, being the thing that I want to have, and then do the things that it requires, instead of this have, do, be mentality, where it's like, as long as I have somebody in my DMs, I'm gonna be okay and do the right things. It was like, nah, man, how about I do the right things and be the right person I want to be, so I can have the right person, and not just some random motherfucker up in my DM sliding through trying to be in the picture when they only trying to take pictures. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference of people that just want to take pictures so other people are jealous, or they want to be in the picture because they want to live. And that's something that's a big difference for our egos, or what we're trying to placate. Are we placating ourselves? Or are we really trying to heal our own selves and work on our inner stuff and work on those demons I was talking about earlier? Or are we just like, we want other people to be jealous of the external and only see sunshine and rainbows? We only want to see the touchdowns. And you don't see anybody on social media posting, I mean, unless it's a car wreck, but like some people do their health things too, but we don't see the times we slipped off the yacht. No, we're only on the front looking perfect in our bikinis with our tits out and our teeth out, and I'm so happy. And I'm just seeing my friends, like, I wish she would find somebody to be happy with. I wish she wasn't the only one recording herself. Similar to me, I'm like, I'm the only one recording myself till these other people asked me to get on podcast. But till that happened, it was just me, which makes it a lonely experience, actually, because I'm only one doing it. And then I get only validation because, like, I was on a show. I was on Good Morning America once. Dude, that was like 8 years ago, 6 years ago, dude. I don't even hang my hat on that shit, It's like my little 15 seconds of fame is the only way I get validation. That's not true. I was alive. I was on Good Morning America smoking weed. That ain't what makes me alive. Shit, man, makes me alive. I'd even like to tell you that it's been my experience in travel that makes me alive. That's not either. It's me being alive now, like being able to form my life and say, okay, time to wake up, time to get something done, time to live in a purpose and a passion, than some kind of reaction or an impulse. That's what I end up doing. Is I think we all end up battling that. I mean, we're all kind of going to work right now. It's Monday. Everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's rushing to work or trying to earn the income so they can get more pleasure or more passion. I'm not quite sure. But if you ask somebody, what do you prefer? I probably should have said passion over pleasure, because pleasure is just so fleeting, dude. You know what I mean? It's almost like getting gas, dude. You're like, fuck, I need gas. Let me fulfill it. And then it goes so quickly, doesn't it? And that's all I'm saying. Same for sugar. Man, I really want to the impulse is in me. I can feel it in me. I start shopping along the pastries. I start looking and examining the chocolate and what's going to go in my mouth. And we all know. We all know. And that's what I'm talking about. It's like knowing ourselves, really, knowing if this is a desire, or is this a pleasure, or is this a passion? And that's something that most of us don't ever stop to ask. We're just going to get what we want. And then now you're full on Domino's pizza instead of a salad. And if you do that multiple times, like I told the girl when we were arguing about abortion, I'm like, no one's going to come save you from your diabetes. You know what I mean? There's no drug out there. We still haven't fixed the topic. There's no Supreme Court that's going to come and ratify an amendment. This is going to be on you. And that's all of us. It's like, fuck, man, what do we really, really, really want? And down inside, we end up finding out. And you're like, whoa, this is what I chase? This is what I spend my money on? This is what I spend my time on? Interesting. Now I know. Now I know who I really am. And who is really inside of me. I had a good revelation because I kind of stopped smoking weed, and I smoked some really dank weed and got in my thoughts. And I have some confessions of a narcissist I'm going to be getting in on the show, just so I can explain narcissism better to other people. I'm a narcissist. I've been labeled as the such from my psychologist before. This 20 years ago, with not suicidal tendencies, but narcissistic tendencies. And then if I become failure, then it might even turn into suicidal tendencies. I'm just not the only one, you know what I mean? And everybody else is on as long as I'm cute, or you think I'm cute, or as long as you're liking my shit, everything's gonna be all right. And I'm of the shtick where it's like, it's not enough. It's not enough. I don't want anything that's gonna leave me. I don't want to get involved with something that's about to be fleeting. I don't want to be swallow or inject or marry anything that's gonna stop me from my ultimate self. I want things that assist me in my ultimate self. So if it makes me a better man, I'm down for it. A better human, I'm down for it. This is the saintly part of me. I'm not just an asshole, and it's not just a cardinal desire, but it was a desire that I was like, I desire so hard. I'm addicted so hard. It saints addiction so much. I don't want it to leave me. And that's all I was saying. It's just like, there's a lot of things out there. Shit, you snap your fingers, it's gone. You know what I mean? It's wrong. And when it's gone, it's wrong. And when it stays, it pays. So that's all I want for people, to get their hours for dollars, to get the most out of their lives, and to get stuff that really works. So instead of buying some extremely expensive luxury goods, or staying around people that only use them for sex, or only swallowing things that give them pleasure, Try swallowing your health for a change. Try choosing a salad. I'm being dead dog serious. Give your life and body and mind a chance. And that's your morning motivation. Your boy Marky Saint, all my heart from the start. Saints addiction, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe. And stay blessed today, you guys. Go live your blessed lives and make sure that you find that rise and that shine. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao. Hello. Beijos.